When you hear the words Tristan da Cunha, you probably don't imagine a real place. It sounds more like a forgotten name from an old map, hidden somewhere beyond the world's ordinary travel routes. Yet this tiny island truly exists, isolated in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. Surrounded by thousands of miles of open water, it is home to what many consider the world's most remote permanent settlement. The island's only village, Edinburgh of the Seven Seas, rests on a narrow strip of land between the restless Atlantic Ocean and the towering slopes of Queen Mary's Peak. Behind the homes, the volcanic mountain rises sharply into the clouds. In front of them, nothing but endless ocean stretches toward the horizon. Although Tristan da Cunha is part of a British overseas territory alongside St. Helena and Ascension Island, its isolation is almost impossible to imagine. Its nearest inhabited neighbor lies more than 1,500 miles away, and the closest mainland city is Cape Town, South Africa, nearly 1,750 miles across the sea. Here, living far from the rest of the world isn't just an expression, it's everyday reality. Only a little over 200 people call this island home. The entire community is smaller than many apartment buildings in major cities. Everyone knows everyone else. Families have lived here for generations. Familiar faces greet each other every day, and when something important happens, the entire village feels connected to it. Towering volcanic cliffs rise directly from the ocean, while powerful Atlantic winds shape the landscape. Instead of tropical beaches and palm trees, you'll find rough grasslands, grazing livestock, stone-walled potato fields, and hardworking islanders who have learned to depend on one another to keep life moving forward. Potatoes are far more than just food on Tristan da Cunha. They're part of the island's identity. Generations ago, when money was scarce and supplies were limited, potatoes even became part of the local trading system. Today, they're still grown in the famous potato patches, where families carefully cultivate their own crops inside stone-walled fields protected from the strong Atlantic winds. Island kitchens make use of potatoes in countless ways. They're boiled, baked, added to hearty meals, and even turned into traditional cakes that have been enjoyed for generations. Getting to Tristan da Cunha is another story entirely. There is no airport, no commercial runway, and no direct flights. The only way to reach the island is by sea, usually aboard a supply or research ship departing from Cape Town. Depending on the weather, the voyage can take nearly a week across some of the world's roughest waters. Life here offers none of the conveniences found in popular tourist destinations. There are no large resorts, shopping malls, crowded beaches, or busy nightlife. Instead, everything depends on the sea, and when storms arrive, there is often no easy way in or out. The island's isolation became painfully clear when shipping disruptions left residents waiting almost 3 months for a replacement supply vessel. During that time, fresh produce, medicine, spare parts, and visitors simply stopped arriving. For nearly 90 days, one of the world's smallest communities stood almost completely cut off from the outside world. Even during those difficult months, the people of Tristan da Cunha continued relying on one another, just as generations before them had done. Their deep connection to the island had already been proven decades earlier. After the volcanic eruption of 1961 forced every resident to evacuate to the United Kingdom, families were offered modern homes, stable jobs, and the opportunity to begin a completely new life. Yet when the island was finally declared safe again, most chose to return. For them, no amount of comfort could replace the place they truly called home. Now the story shifts from survival to something more personal, love. With only a few hundred residents, romance on Tristan da Cunha is unlike anywhere else in the world. There are no crowded dating apps, no busy cafes filled with strangers, and no endless nightlife. People grow up together, attend the same school, worship at the same church, and spend their entire lives surrounded by familiar faces. That means if a young man develops feelings for a young woman, the news rarely remained secret for long. Over time, this close-knit community developed one of its most unusual traditions. Instead of expressing affection with expensive jewelry or bouquets of flowers, love was often shown through a carefully handcrafted gift, a colorful pair of knitted socks. Known as love socks, these handmade gifts became quiet symbols of affection, carrying messages that words sometimes didn't need to express. On one of the world's most isolated islands, even love found its own unique language. If you enjoyed exploring one of the world's most remote communities with us, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. And let us know in the comments, which remote place in the world would you like us to explore next? Your suggestion could be featured in our next documentary.